Hello, hello, loves. I know this is a late one. I don't do late ones as often as I used to. And I know some of you guys got spoiled with them daytime rituals, but there are some things that can only be done at night. If you want it to work exactly how you want it to work. And with us being in all these retrogrades, night energy is more accommodating, and the closer you are to witching hours, the better off you are. That's just some free tidbits for those of you who are new to your journey. The veterans already know this. This is the Lifetime Harvest Mega Ritual. All right, loves. Your job is to come in prepared to receive. Now, I want you guys to listen to this affirmation. Again, this video will stay up. You can come back and revisit it. The affirmation is, I am aligned for the harvest and will continually enjoy the fruits of my labor. That's really important. I am aligned for the harvest. Many times the reason why we don't receive and the reason why a lot of things are off in our lives is because we are out of alignment. It's not that the universe means for poverty or deficiency to be anybody's reality, but when you choose misalignment, you choose thereby poverty and deficiency. So you must first align for the harvest, and then you claim your new reality. Your new reality is that not only will you have the fruits of your labor, not only will you see them, but you will continually enjoy them. That's important. You have the ability to create, okay? You have the ability to create for this moment. You have the ability to create for this next week, for this next month, for this next year. And thus you also have the ability to create perpetually. And so it makes sense to start really thinking about what you're doing and then creating now, starting to create now that same energy perpetually. You want to perpetuate it into next week and next month, next year, and 10 years from now, 20 years from now, and onward into your children's lives and grandchildren's lives. Begin to be very, very intentional and specific with your affirmations and your mantras. Someone tag, I think her name is Nicolette, okay? A few people, this is their first ritual, and even though I do have it in the description, most people don't read or screenshot the description. Guys, and I don't know if you guys know it, but you do yourself a disservice by not actively participating in the whole thing. Do you know that one of the reasons why my rituals are so powerful is because I don't just throw candles on the table and throw oils in them and just throw shit around. Every time I'm touching a candle or incense or herb or spray or oil or a piece, a statue, whatever, I'm thinking about what I'm doing. So the whole time it's infusion happening. When you learn how to focus like that, because see, you got to understand, you don't have to have any hocus pocus magical words. Energy flows where your attention goes. So when you're creating ritual, when you're doing these different things, like when you're buying a ritual, you want to pay attention, because in that sense, you're already aligning to the energy of the ritual, so that when I do the release, you're already ready to receive. You're looking at everything that's going on. You're paying attention, because now I've started to link the page so that anybody who cares to read it could find it. But if you've never did ritual with me, you may not know that yet. So if you know some people who purchased and this is their first time, do them a favor and tag them, please. And also, if you gifted someone, make sure you tag them, because this is one that's really beneficial to see and pull energy from. Even though I'm channeling energy to you guys, it's as simple as calling it in, saying that you align with the energy of Lifetime Harvest and that whole thing. You don't really have to do any candle work. I just like to give you guys the option so that if I decide to quit ritualing tomorrow, you guys can continue on. That's why. Let's affirm. I affirm. I am aligned for the harvest, and I continually enjoy the fruits of my labor. I affirm. I am aligned for the harvest, and I continually enjoy the fruits of my labor. You've worked for it, you deserve it. You've manifested it, you deserve it. You've asked for it, you've had the audacity to go out and do what's necessary to create it. You deserve it. When you settle that, then you're in a position where you receive it. And when you receive it, you want to enjoy it, every piece of it, every bit of it. Over your lifetime, you've helped people, you've given rides, you've given meals, you've babysitted, you've been a shoulder for someone to cry on, you've held somebody's hand, you've helped somebody change a tire, you've been there while they grieved, you've been there when they got married, when they graduated, you've been there, and you keep showing up. Now you are reaping the harvest. You're calling forth all of those good deeds. All the love you've poured out, here it comes back with interest. All of the support you poured out, here it comes back with interest. All of the good thoughts and the good deeds that you've done and given, here it comes back with interest. With interest. Don't think about how and don't think about who. Just understand that I've been kind, so I call kindness back multiplied into my life. I've been a real friend, so I call friendship back multiplied into my life. Damn, was that just me or did the lights change on the ritual? Okay, I'm probably tripping. But anyway, we're going to keep going with this thing. I have been loving, I call love back into my life. I have helped others prosper. So I call prosperity back into my life. Now, I'm going to fuck y'all up real quick. One time for the one time, okay? Y'all listening? This shit is deep, okay? I was talking to a VIP client earlier, and she real excited about this ritual. But then she says to me, I ain't going to act like I've been doing a lot of good stuff for people all my life because I hadn't. She said, I ain't gonna act like I stop and you know, make sure homeless people got food and all that kind of stuff. She said, I wouldn't say that I went out my way at all. And I told her, it's not necessary for you to be trying to figure out where you've been good. See, let me show y'all something real quick. Let's take the prosperity part that I just did. Some of you have never worked in a business where you really literally played a role in like necessarily the creation or the expansion of that business. But all of you have had jobs. And in that sense, you have helped create wealth for the business owners, the board, the shareholders. You've helped, you've supported the wealth. Let me give you something else though, because some of you say, oh, I've been disabled all my life. I've never worked a job. Okay, let me help you then. If you've ever bought toilet paper or toothpaste, you assisted in the people who own the toothpaste company or the toilet paper company, you assisted in building their wealth. You're calling that back. The same way you was somebody's willing customer, somebody will come and be your willing customer. What's a customer? Somebody who's ready to exchange finances with you for what the fuck ever. You can call a product whatever you want to call a product. And the reason why I'm doing this is because sometimes some of you spend more time trying to exclude yourself from good stuff than you do just allowing yourself to receive. We have all helped someone else, whether we were intentionally trying to do it or not. We have all been a part of building somebody else's wealth. We've been a part of somebody else's smiles. We've been a part of somebody else's joy. Every single one of us. And in this moment, you call it back to you. I am aligned for the harvest mean I ain't over here thinking about what kind of harvest am I going to get. Because you over there immediately thinking about all the snake shit you done. This ain't the time under this kind of energy. Let that shit go. In this moment, I want everybody to take a deep breath. I want you to pull that breath in slow and deep until your belly is saturated, your lungs is saturated, your diaphragm is fully engaged. And when you release that breath slow and steady, I want you to release the parts of you that continually get in agreement with your worthlessness. You are going to sacrifice it tonight. You're going to give it up. Hopefully for good. Because it doesn't serve you or anyone else. And now we affirm again. I affirm. I am aligned for the harvest. And I continually enjoy the fruits of my labor. Ashe. Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to align and receive. Align and receive. And I pulled out the heavy hitters because some of you, your time for being your own mogul is now. You've done it for everybody else. Everybody else. Manifestation, mogul, and generational wealth. And we're launching a new oil that will also be charged during this ritual called Full Harvest. So that you can work with that energy throughout the year. Because next year I will be a mom and I'm not going to be doing as many, a new mom again, and I'm not going to be doing as many rituals. So I've started to store up more of my ritual energy and products that you guys can buy and use. I affirm I am aligned for the harvest. I am aligned to receive goodness and kindness, sweetness, prosperity, healing, support, laughter, and I will continually enjoy the fruits of my labor. I will stay in sync with the energy I wish to live in my life. I'm going to stay in sync with love, and I'm going to stay in sync with support, and I'm going to stay in sync with joy, and stay in sync with wholeness and healing. I'm going to stay in sync with friendship, loyalty, integrity. I'm going to stay in sync with the things that I desire to live or abide in my life. I continually enjoy the fruits of my labor. Labor ain't just working a job or operating a business. When you pick up that phone because you love or because you were concerned or because you care, that's a labor of love. And you are going to eat the fruits of that, which is a harvest of love. And that multiplied energy coming back to you is a beautiful thing. It's quite easy when you get into a flow like this to be overtaken and even overwhelmed by how much joy and how much kindness and how much friendship and how much support you end up enjoying. You get to see it. No longer imagine and wish it was you. You get to see it in your own life. I have 6 or 7 different ladies that I've had conversations with. When they started following me, they said that they used to think, wow, people really love him and they always doing kind things for her, but they never imagined it would be them. And now people sending them all kind of stuff. They send them ancestor checks, they send them oils, they send them sprays, they send them shirts, they send them hats, and they don't know what to do with that. But when you get in a good environment around good people where good things are happening that you seek to see happen in your life, all you got to do is stay right there and keep yourself in alignment. It falls over. It flows over. You know, they always talk about bad things are contagious. So are good things. Contagion is vibration, frequency. That's all it is. It's a lot of people out here right now, my loves, and I'm just going to tell you straight like that. Okay? It's a lot of people out here who will sell you solutions that don't even work for them. They'll sell you dreams, they'll sell you lies, whether it be in friendship, relationship, or business. And you feel it, but you're so desperate for what you desire that you fall into it. And because they don't make it hard, that's the number one way I know I'm dealing with something like a charlatan. They don't want to make it hard for you to get sucked in. But they are not the problem. Our problems are that many times we simply do not want to stop, be with ourselves, and fix what we find that needs fixing. And as long as you're running away from who you are and what you are, you'll always be running into calamity, chaos, trouble, pain, problems. Did you hear me? Lifetime harvest is about choosing a different alignment. I'm not aligned as a victim anymore. I'm aligned as a successful, supportive, loving individual. I'm not aligned to poverty anymore. I'm aligned to wealth, abundance, and opulence with graciousness, not bouginess, not stuffiness, graciousness. I'm not aligned with sickness and disorder and dysfunction in my body anymore. I don't have to bow down and just let a headache take me and do whatever it wants to do to me anymore. I am aligned with wholeness, health, healing, and nurture. Revitalization that happens moment by moment by moment. Not that my body is dying in every moment, but my body is healing itself, restoring itself in every moment. We've been told that everybody gets old, gets sick, and they die. Some people get old, get better, get older, and get better, and they get older, and they get better, and one day they just don't wake up. Oh, it ain't nothing to talk about because there's no calamity there. But it happens, and you can choose it. And you know, I'm going to say this to the people who doubts I can hear all the way over here in Louisiana. What if I did all of that and it still don't happen? Well, all you will have done is believe for something, spoke something, and the same thing that was going to happen happened anyway. But what was going to happen was going to happen anyway. If you're going to get sick when you get old and die, shit, ain't no sense in you living while you're healthy, worried about it. Get out of agreement with it. I'd rather believe in my power all the way down to the bitter end. Than to give it up and don't even try to fight. I am aligned for the harvest. You could just as easily use this ritual to harvest lies and disappointment. But why would you do that? I'm aligned for the harvest of goodness. Kindness, support, love, prosperity. Be specific. And I continually eat the fruits of my labor. And the labor, my number one labor, is staying in alignment. That's the secret. Staying in alignment. I share my loves. And give you guys one last look and we're out of here. Ashe. Love you guys. If you feel guided to, you come back and rewatch. You can hit mute so you don't have to hear the sound and just watch the candles and breathe and sync up and receive. This ritual will last 7 days. So over the next 7 days, just when you wake up in the morning or as you're going about your day, say, I align for the harvest. Stay in alignment with the energy and keep pulling it in. You can't drink more than I can push. So you purchased it, receive it, use it, and come back with some powerful ass testimonies, okay? I love y'all. Good night.